media platforms. Link will be in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you. Hey, what's up, man? What's up? What's up, bruh? When y'all come in, definitely hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the page, follow the page. Not only like it, follow the page, subscribe, depending on where you at. If you're on Facebook, make sure y'all follow the page. If you on YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe to the page. Hey, man, listen, man. People is losing their damn mind, bro. What the hell is going on, bro? People get so familiar. It's so used to us doing stuff to where they really think that they can talk to us any type of way. You feel what I'm saying? It's like folks like, man, you tripping. You gotta do this. You gotta do that, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all this now, bro. I ain't gotta do nothing. What I'm doing is because of what I want to do. Can't nobody make me do nothing. Y'all folks need to learn how to start appreciating stuff. All right. Hey, what's up, Aza? T Street, what's good? Charm Dog, what's the word? Let me see. Dayon, what's the word, man? But nah, man. These folks acting like when we come out with lists, all-star players, folks be coming out talking about, man, y'all biased, right? They tell us that we're biased, and then every player that they substitute or try to substitute for the players that was selected, every last one of them is on their team. So how the hell you gonna claim somebody is biased and then you come to me with being biased? You tell me, some of these folks tell me that, listen, man, hey, such and such ain't on the list, right? And this ain't my dog that I talked to earlier. But I got some people after that came and was telling me man, this person ain't on the list. Why you ain't put this person on the list? Y'all biased, y'all sleep. And then this is what I asked them. All right, we biased, right? And I'm gonna do this today. What I'm gonna do, right? Because I'm gonna go to the 9U since that's where I get a lot of flack, right? This is like, again, this is not the conversation that I had earlier. This is the DMs that I just got. These are the parents that's calling, asking why this player not on the list at all. This person should be on there, all that. So what I'm gonna do, y'all got a Q&A with me today. Ask me anything. You can ask me what players, tell me what players should have been on the list. Tell me what player that I should have took off. All that. Because it's getting tiring. And the thing is, it's not even like people appreciating the effort and the work that you putting in, right? Folks just want to complain. Sometimes we don't look at your kids the way that you see your damn kids. That's just the bottom line. So if he's not on there, guess what? It might be a reason. It might be a reason that player's not on there. Maybe we don't see them the way that y'all see them. It's that simple. But instead, folks want to complain, man, this list is null and void. Y'all just going off popularity. Popularity? Okay, you want to say popularity? Name some of these damn players that's on the team. If it's popularity, name some of these players, right, that's on this team, since it's all about popularity to some folks, because you can't acknowledge or handle the fact that you didn't do none of what the things that we said do. You feel what I'm saying? None of what we told you to do. Reach out to us. Put your name, your child name in the hat, right? Market your damn kids. Some of these parents don't even market their own kids, but they want us to know them. Some of these parents don't even have IGs for their kids, but expect us to know everything about a kid. You don't have no video for your kid. You don't talk about your kid, right? Sometimes your kid don't even play the best of the best, and you want me to say that what this kid is doing is better than this kid that's playing versus real talent, everyday national talent. You want me to take your kid and put him over them because he's dominating a lesser league, but I'm biased. I'm biased. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say anybody that feels like we are biased, they say that it's a popularity, but then they can't name the majority of the people that be on the list, right? Here's the thing. Maybe for this category, the child may not fit in. Or maybe there are some people that you didn't have the privy of seeing that did similar stuff with less with less talent on their team. Understand the criteria. Some things are subjective, but if your child not on there and then you're just reactive, and then especially when I look at when I look at like the DMs and you have never reached out to me. See, that's the other part. See, some of y'all parents are so like in the ways are so arrogant that you feel like I ain't got to do nothing that kids say, right? To the point where I'm not going to advertise my kid. I'm not going to talk about my kid. They just going to select my kid. I'm not going to subscribe to this damn man's page. I'm not going to follow their page. I'm not going to support the page. I'm not going to do any of this. They just going to pick my kid. And then when that reality hits you, then folks want to come and talk all this crap. No, we've been saying it from the beginning. There's no big me, little U's when it comes to us. We're trying to expose kids, give kids exposure. That's what it is. It don't matter who it is. But at the end of the day, when we make the selection, we're not basing it off of, damn, I wonder what this parent gonna think. No, that's not how we operate. That's not how we operate. You feel what I'm saying? We got lists right here. We got lists. This was the 7U. People disagree. Man, my son ain't on that list and this and that. Oh, this list would have been great. This would have been a great 7U list had your son been on there. I'm tired of all these biased folks, bro. Y'all make people don't want to even do this. Y'all make people not even want to take the time out to even put no kid on here. Y'all wonder why a lot of people don't have stuff. And then knowing some of these parents, you probably wouldn't even care because your son ain't on there. You got folks sitting there taking the time out to acknowledge some kids. That's not enough. We go to different age groups, right? We go to the 7U. Add more kids. That's not enough. At some point, right, parents have to start meeting halfway. They have to. If your kid don't get seen, shout out to the ones that said, hey, look, I know we didn't make this list this year, but look, man, we're going to work hard. We're going to be on that list next year. Watch. That's how you perceive it. is no slight on nobody. Even when, and here's the other part, even when we have a kid, people always say, but you missing such and such, such and such. It's not about a particular team. It's about who we feel deserve this spot in this moment. You feel what I'm saying? And then, like he says, like, and then here's the thing. This is how I know some of y'all parents don't even care, right? Y'all just want y'all son, which is cool. But don't give me no flack behind certain stuff. Some of these parents will be on some elite teams. They will play kids that's playing for the first time, don't know how to really play. They'll get a interception. They will have 7 touchdowns. And you know what the parents will say? Yeah, my kid has 7 touchdowns. Versus who? You got kids running out your damn way because they're not trying to make the tackle. That don't count. Certain games, it does not count the way that you think that it should or whatever. Anybody can do that versus that team. You're not doing nothing special. And then folks think, man, they just hating, bro. Ain't nobody hating. If we was hating, we wouldn't be doing none of this. We wouldn't be taking the time out to do none of this. A lot of these kids that people complain about that's on here, y'all don't even know. Some of y'all don't even know who they are. But we got to start doing better at congratulating the kids who did make the list. But I'll tell you one thing. Calling somebody and being hella aggressive with them, that's not going to get your kid on the list. That's going to get your kid really not being on the list. It's going to get him take off the list if we had him on there. I tolerate no disrespect. A lot of folks think that being aggressive, and here's the thing, ain't nobody gonna ever think that they can, make themselves aggressively make me put their son in there, because I can meet you there too. You feel what I'm saying? I can do that. Man, hey, this is lame. This is lame. Okay, it's lame to you. Your son didn't make it. All right, cool. Your son didn't make it. But it's not lame to the other folks who kids who didn't. It's not lame to other folks that's out there. The thing about these parents, they think that the world revolves solely around them. Their parents think that they just might, and everything that they want, everything will revolve around them. Well, guess what? Maybe I don't even know who your son is. Maybe I don't know who your son is. That's why they probably didn't make the list. Maybe it's because you was being so lazy that you never even told us who your son was. The problem with people, they feel like they're so entitled that people are just going to look at their son the way that they see them. And it's not even close. The way how good you think your son is playing in that league that's not even that good, right? When he play versus them real dogs, you will see, damn, my kid really don't even hold a candlelight to these kids that's out there playing on a national scale. Delusion is making folks, say that, hey man, my kid is the best thing since sliced bread. Stop giving coaches hard times for stuff that you believe. I appreciate you, Jordan. But stop getting on people for stuff that you believe, bro. Because sometimes everybody don't see it the way that you see it. The production will always speak for itself. Trust me, anytime I'm going versus Fanatic, I want to win. So if I don't have you on my team, that means that I feel like somebody else will fit me better for that specific spot. It ain't no slight, no not to nobody else for that moment. But we got to make, I told y'all this year, I want to bring back the mess talking. I want to bring back having fun. I want to bring back enjoyment. I want to bring back the fun for the kids, right? Enjoying the process. That's what my aim is. I'm bringing that back, and I'm telling y'all this now. I'm claiming it. But I got to put a few people in their place respectfully in order to do that. Listen, anybody that rock with Ken, y'all know, bro, I'm not on that. So respect me enough to at least, if you got to do it, take it there. Hey, man, y'all know Ken ain't on that. Y'all know Ken about these babies. Y'all know, don't ruin it for him because he got a lot. I got a lot that I'm looking to do for these kids. While people out there, some people, you know, they looking at what I can make and all that stuff. You're not looking at what I can give. I'm trying to give to these kids. Y'all seen when I was talking about the kids, any merchandise that you use, make sure you film it when you had that game, attach those two together and start tagging these companies. I want them to be knowledgeable. I want them to understand the process. I want them to, even if pops ain't there, mom's not there, I want them to know what to do themselves. I want them to know how to that they need to file for college applications. I need to know that they should find their own videographer, put a reel together, right? Send it to some colleges. Do your own legwork. I'm trying to create youth employment. That's what I'm looking to do. Youth employment. And for anybody that end up working with me, I'm going to teach them financial literacy. I'm going to teach them the first thing that you do when you get a check is not to buy a damn chain. I'm going to teach them that. You're going to buy something that will buy that chain for you. I'm going to teach them how to not have a poor man's mindset. I'm going to teach them that, charity. This is what it's about. The list is just a bonus. If your child don't make the list this time, maybe next time. Let it be motivation. We got to look at things different. If our son don't make a list, it's not because you slighted. I think I have shown most people that I'm not biased with this stuff. I have no horse in the race. Because if I was biased, damn near the whole damn near the whole GPE, damn near the whole rare breed, damn near the whole what's the other team? HOA, damn near the whole rare breed 10U, damn near the whole RDE, right? Those would be the teams that I'm only focused on because they got a lot of stars on that team. Well, young, gifted young men. We have to start making these lists better, more suitable, and we have to make sure that we are praising the kids who actually make the list, even if it's not yours. Being happy for others, it basically makes it mean that much more meaningful, but it also teaches us how to be happy, how to, congratulate others for their achievements. And then you tell yourself, I didn't get it this time, but I'm damn sure. You can send that message. Hey Ken, I didn't make it this time, but I guarantee you I'll make that list next time. And then you know what that does? That puts you on our radar. We're going to be watching, right? Sometimes there is a case of out of sight, out of mind. A lot of folks know what that is. Just like even after the show, right? After this show, sometimes you forget about the damn show. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, anything that folks, right? Anything that folks want to know, when this is a Q&A. Anything that y'all want to know, Q&A. Y'all can ask me any question. I will have an answer. You feel what I'm saying? I will. But let me go to the chat, man. Let me go to the chat real quick. Let's see. Jake Liz, he says, Brown in the house. What's good? What's good? Say, got to keep these folks in line. Hey, man, it's all respect at the end of the day. That's why I think some people receive what I say, because they know I'm coming out of respect. I'm not coming for no disrespect to nobody, towards nobody. He says, how do you feel about ATL Elite Hustle? Hey, I haven't fully assessed y'all the way I wanted to. Now, 7-on-7, I think that you guys are really good. I think, as far as with the quarterback, we need to get his mechanics a little up there. But I think y'all gonna be good. I think y'all gonna be, one of those elite teams. You know what I'm saying? That's if what I seen on the 7-on-7, if that translate right onto the field tackle, because sometimes you ain't gonna have that much time to move as a quarterback, right? The way that they did. Sometimes they give y'all 4 seconds, but sometimes it takes less than that. So depending on if what y'all did translate right onto the football field. But what I seen, I think that y'all right there. You know what I'm saying? I like what I saw. But he says, man, some folks don't want nobody else to get attention. He says that's what women do. Facts. Jordan says, good topic, man. Appreciate you. I'm a little late. He said, what people need to be asking is, what do you think he need to work on? Or do you think I need to put more film out? Yes, that's the thing. Yes, put more film out, right? Make sure they reach out. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not the only outlet. That's why I bring these outlets on to here. But yeah, HR, hey, make sure y'all send me their footage and what they doing, because I might be thinking about y'all now. But when other teams come to to ask me questions, or they want to know the same thing, I may forget about y'all instantly, because I can't think about all that stuff all at once. So make sure y'all send footage when y'all get it. That's how y'all stay, fresh, refresh. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the video is of quality. I can't post anything. You know what I'm saying? I just can't post anything. But that's the questions y'all need to be asking. Y'all need a videographer, somebody to follow y'all journey? Do the coaches need to, ask some of the parents for a few extra dollars so they can get a cameraman to come film their games? That's the most important thing. Outside of learning the plays, getting a cameraman. That's very important. You know what I'm saying? Yoshi says, after y'all covered the brick in DMVU game, he says, first thing I did was reach out next day and said, what y'all thoughts and what y'all think he need to get better at. He says, I got to see how everyone sees my jit. Whether I agree or not, I'm always listening. I'm always listen. And that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Coach Tim was good. Kevion was good. Fanatic said, man, stop playing on local teams wanting national recognition. And that's another thing too. Now, I do go to local games. I definitely do that. Right? But the best way, even if you're local, to get your name out there is, tag us, right? Just do y'all part. Meet the other media. I'm not the only media outlet. So that's why I'm not somebody that try to go to games, even if I can be the only one. I make sure that I try to see if any other videographer is willing to come, because I'm always looking out for opportunities to give these kids exposure. And that's what I need. If your son don't make it, he said the hate is real. He says this year's stuff getting exposed for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like it definitely, it needs to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just want folks to understand that sometimes, bro, you might have a team where every last player can literally be on the list. Just because we don't put them on, like even in the NBA, they would never do it. They have never put every player that was on the Miami Heat on the damn all-star list. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. We even travel to make sure that we try to see as many teams as we can. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. He says, man, y'all solid. He says this tournament this summer is solidified. He says, y'all, the ATL need y'all refresh. Hey, we appreciate that. And definitely appreciate that. Mike McCrary says, follow Eli McCrary on IG. Hey man, make sure y'all tag us. Hold on. Mike, hold on. Are you the one that called? I gotta double check, bro. I gotta double check. Cause man, hold on, y'all. Let me see. Mike. I'm looking right now. I think you reached out. Let me see. Oh, I thought you reached out. No, I don't see nothing for you. But shout out to you. I definitely just it's probably the Eli one. But he says make football great again. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm working on it. We gonna get it back. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to get some folks out the way. He says you showed my boys a lot of love last year at the EF Classic. So I appreciate what National Sports Chat does for the youth, man. Appreciate you, Kevin. Yoshi says, Ken, people gonna always just talk, man. Just keep doing what y'all do. He says some gonna hate, and some gonna leave. What he say? He said some gonna hate it and some gonna leave it, but don't lose no sleep over it. Is signed one of the most hated dads in the country, man. But nah, man, that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. Now, you definitely got that title. I've been seeing folks, man, You know, they've been on your heels. I thought all that stuff died down. I definitely did. Hey, PA was good, bro. He said, bro, you speaking knowledge, but you asking a big task, man. He said asking a big ass. But look, here's the thing though. You gotta put the information out there, Jordan. If they don't take it, then they don't take it, right? The information. But at least you could say, man, I tried to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you could say that. All right. Jamie says, hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure that it's all there. Because I don't think it's showing all of it on. Jamie says, we also need to make sure we teach these young men they are so much more in life than just a athlete they are, right? Says, and if the football dreams doesn't work out, they need to have a plan B and C. Not every athlete will make it to the league. They need to have a backup career path so they don't feel like a failure, right? If the dream ends after college or even high school. Hey, look, the thing is this. I've been talking about that. I've been saying, like, some of these kids need to understand things like plumbing, right? They need to understand things like being a mechanic, right? Understanding how the cars work, understanding technology, because a lot of these cars are going to automated, like electricity and batteries and stuff, knowing how that works. I think people need to be doing stuff like barber. Barber is a hell of a thing, because here's the thing. Despite what technology is taking over, being a barber, I don't think you're gonna let a damn robot cut your hair. You going to somebody that's, that's skillful. You going to a straight human, right? You got a lot of stuff out there that people are going to that's not going to be replaced. You got some things out there, like I named: HVAC, plumbing, carpentry, mechanics, welding. Got a lot of stuff out there that these kids can to learn about. And here's the better part about it. These are jobs that are understaffed. So you're going to always have work learning how to build a house, learning how to, do little sinks and all that stuff, just the plumbing and all that, roofing. These are things that robots are not going to take over. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I want these kids to understand. That is more than just football. You gotta be able to master the classroom. You got to be able to master finance. You got to be able to master the field. You got to master all these things. Coach Hilton, he said, "What's good, Ken?" He says, "I feel good about hustle." He says, a good group of coachable kids for sure. And I like them. Like I said, man, far as the timing and stuff, once they get that, far as the mechanics actually is there. I misspoke earlier. Far as knowing, like, the timing, having that down pat, the quarterback is there. I mean, he's going to all for sure be elite. But nah, they definitely good. Charm Dog says, appreciate it. Pop says, man, Ken's so fair. He don't give some teams all the glaze. He says they desire to keep y'all folks from hating. And it is, man, I give these folks credit, man. He says, we understand, Ken. Hey, some folks don't. He says, I'm with Winslow Elite. Oh, yeah, what's good, coach? Hey, if you the head coach or something like that, or I can get the head coach, I definitely would love to have Winslow Elite on next year or something. He says, Jordan says, man, I seen a man in Virginia, in Florida, all over, and I know he don't get paid for his contribution. Says, man, it don't go unnoticed. Hey, dog, my guy, for sure. I've never asked. The event will be the first time ever making $1 out of this youth football. I have literally had coaches some coaches tried to give me funds and stuff like that. And I'm just like, nah, I didn't do it for that. I did it for the babies. You know what I'm saying? What's your email? I got some pictures for them. And that's what it was, man. He says, PA says, if developing as a coaching staff with the roster of 31 to 36, why wouldn't every kid be getting in the game at least 4 plays, especially by December? That's a great question. And that's why I asked, if we're developing the way that we say we are, then, that should be the case, right? You trust your development, process or whatever, right? You trust that process and you allow the kids to get in to see, like, okay, especially for next year. If you plan on having those kids for next year, you put them in the game, you allow them to make their mistakes so that at least they'll have some real life experience and get a feel for how you want them to play as a coach, and they can work on that on the off season. Sometimes when kids don't get in at all, they really don't have a legit they don't have a legit understanding of how you want them to play, as a coach and somebody on their team. You feel what I'm saying? So I believe that, especially if you blowing your teams out, yeah, give them kids a chance, man. Give them a shot. It says, long as your boy do they part on the field, you ain't gotta say nothing. He says he will be noticed for sure. And just send that footage. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has not been one kid that came to our page that sent a video or send some pictures or that said that watch out for me, check my page out. We didn't check their page. We made sure, you know what I'm saying? He says we will make sure that we check your page, right? And we will, check them out. And then I will give feedback. There are so many people that I've done that for. I've had conversation with coaches, and my whole thing is, look, bro, we want to get these kids out here. I want to work with everybody, but reality, I'm working with the kids that's on the national stage because they're more likely to be the ones that's going to get the NIL opportunities. They're going to be the ones that's most likely, traveling around the world, just like games and stuff. So the information that I have to give is more so geared towards them. But I'm not knocking nobody. I want everybody to get this opportunity. You feel what I'm saying? What is the GOAT Stroke says, paying coaches that played at high levels to come through and teach techniques and what they are going to expect on the next level. Amen. To each his own. See, like with me, I'm not against coaches being paid, but what I do expect, I expect coaches to understand somewhat business, right? Because there are, and I use, and it's not right. I use Rare Breed because Rare Breed, or I can use So Icy, right? These teams are so high profile that I don't think that no company will mind sponsoring or, or giving them funds, because they are a brand that most folks would know about, right? So what that would do, that can actually put all of the coaches in position to make some funds and give to the kids to, pay some of the kids if that's what you choose to do, right? It's out there. The opportunity is out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes one thing that a lot of folks is telling me, right? They're saying, Ken, like, bro, I get what you saying, but man, you got to get compensated for your work. The thing about it is, it will come. That moment will come. But I got other streams. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it's so many other things that's out there, to where I would rather sit there and try to get from a company as opposed to somebody that's struggling. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just want people to just start, bringing the appreciation back. He says, bro, I would like to pay for your field for your event weekend so you can pocket more because I know you're going to be all over the inbox on Facebook. He says, I support y'all movement. Hey, man, I ain't gonna. Hey, I want you to know, man. I'm not asking if that's something that that you want to donate to. Hey, bro, that's love, bro. That's definitely love, Jordan, for sure. He says I'm late, so I might be off of the topic a little bit. Nah. It's a Q&A. He says, love what you do, Ken. Appreciate you, Aaron. He says, oh, it's a name. He says, man, I'll give you your credit. He says, you pull up to get your eyes on the kids just out of love. Oh, for sure. For sure, man. So when I get a lot of backlash and feedback, it's not that I'm trying to please everybody, but I just understand how some things can go left. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I always preach to folks, right? I just say this. I say, everything is just one conversation away from correction. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, man, things go on the way that it does because of a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm just a person, right? I just like to have a conversation. If you still feel the way that you feel after the conversation, then by all means, that's how you feel. But, just based on, just my history of just being around people and been doing this, just give me the benefit of the doubt. That's all I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? If there's something that folks may feel like, oh man, you did this or or intentionally did, just give me the benefit of the doubt. That's it. He says, do you think AYF rules like NPR and coaches on the field as 7U being optional put more of the onus on the coaches to coach and develop as opposite to complaining as using them as excuses? I do. I do. I do. I kind of like the NPR, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like the idea of you having to coach these kids up because if you don't, then it's gonna bite you. It ain't no, I'm gonna send them to the trainer. You gonna take the time out to make sure that these kids are good and that they're not biting you. So I actually like the NPR rule. And I like the fact that it actually does it put more on the coaches. I like that idea. And if I could implement it, I probably would. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, one thing I'm not gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I am not a thanks for participation trophy type of guy. You gotta earn what you get, right? The only reason why I'm okay with the NPR is the idea of that you having to put them in forces you to have to coach it up. That's the one thing that I like about it. Now, do I like the idea of everybody getting a trophy and we got the silvers, the bronze, the bracket and all that? No, I don't like that because everybody didn't earn a trophy. Everybody didn't, put themselves in a position to be a winner, right? You got a 3-6 record. No, hell nah. You don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. You got, what you came for, which is to play on the damn team. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but you don't get no damn trophy. You could get a banquet, with a award with your name on it or something like that. But no, as far as the trophies by the league, hell nah. He says if you coaching it up, hold on, let me read the other ones before I get to that one. All right. Bobby Rose says, great question, PA. He says, because they acting like 8 plays is crazy. And you had a whole year to get them in shape, right? And ready to play. And the ones who there on the team for practice just don't dress them up. Hey, look, here's the thing. No, here's the thing. I know that everybody does not learn at the same pace. That's the one thing that I get. So some kids may not be as good, right away, but as repetition is a thing, and as you continue to work with them kids, right, then it's going to kick in. But I'm gonna tell you this: if this is a kid that does not like hitting, there might not be much that you can do, right? You probably just gonna have to get that person off the team. Now, if you just got a kid that just don't know what to do, you can work with that kid. He's willing to hit, but he just don't know what to do. You can literally, teach that kid to become what you want out of them. It's just going to take a little bit longer to do so. You know what I'm saying? The Ghost Stroke says the org I just left was good with development on men off the field. Says, but weren't the greatest on the field development. Says, I love their man camp teaching different trade to young men. Oh yeah, for sure. We got to be well-rounded. Football on the field is one thing, but y'all remember, it's only about an hour or two, right? But we spend most of our time off to the field. So we gotta make sure that we put more in our mental, right? As far as the thinking process. Everything ain't about X's and O's. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. Because understanding X's and O's don't give you a good grade. Understanding X's and O's don't teach you how to manage your money. Understanding X's and O's don't automatically get you on the field, right? That's just a part of it. But understanding all of those other things will further help you understand X's and O's. So don't just be so fixated on the X's and O's. But Nooney says, man, I have to put my son Los on y'all radar. He says we was the slot receiver and safety for GPE. Says kid played a huge part on GPE. He destroyed Space City at Nationals on both sides, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Just shoot us the footage. And it's not just the one time. You got to remember, man, we getting a lot of people reaching out or sending stuff to us. Coach Josh says, he said NPR rules don't work. He says them coaches just put Jits at wide receiver on the opposite sides of the play and run away from the kid or hide the kid in the middle of the. Hey man, that's a hell of a That's a hell of a point, though. That's a hell of a point. But guess what? Here's the part, though, right? It still doesn't exclude them from getting bit. So they do that and try to cheat the process and put them kids on the other side of the damn ball. It still bites them because you still got to block. You still got to do other stuff, right? It still hunts them. So you see, there's some cases where folks do well, and then they put them kids in that they try not to coach or take the time out to coach, and it turns out to bite them. But it's not on all cases. Cam says, I'm not against NPR because it definitely forces coaches to teach everybody on the team, for sure. PA says, if you coaching it up, or what he says, if you coaching it up, what is the OW? He says, hard is it get players? Oh, how hard? He said, if you coaching it up, how hard is it to get players in? He says roster 31, right? 4 plays. Says 28, 30, 6 plays, right? 16, especially by December. I think you already said that, bro. He says, can do the city. He says, can do the city a justice. Make sure you get no limit in MD 11 you gain. Hey man, I'm gonna definitely work on it, bro. Because here's the thing. I know, even though that's my guy, I gotta get C-Mac out the way. I'm gonna talk to Coach Derek, and then I'm gonna talk to my other guys, and on limit, and we gonna talk, man. We gonna definitely get that game, bro. Because last year it did us a disservice. He says, fact, they putting he said, facts, they not putting them in the game to make no plays. And that's the thing, bro. And I feel like when folks do that, you really not even trusting your own process. But here's why, I, as a parent, I'll be offended. You telling me that you probably came and approached me on the basis that, if you want your kid to get better, that's not helping your kid get better. That's the opposite of helping my damn kid get better. He said NPR doesn't always mean more development. It means you have to game plan better. He said, for example, give a kid 2 plays a quarter or hide him in between the lines and run away from him. He said, shoot, put him at wide receiver all the way on the other side and run the opposite from him. He says, I've seen this phone before. Hey, look, man, you right though. You right though. I've seen it. Some people might put a kid in on the kickoff, right? And then kick it on the opposite. I've seen it. But here's the thing, you gonna get bit for it. There's no way of denying having to coach up these kids. Said it's been going on, bro. He says, I came from Pop Warner. We did it all the time. Said even deep in the playoffs. He said that's an indictment on the coaches trying to buck the system. I'm speaking more of what NPR does as far as teaching throughout the week in practice. Yeah. ATL Elite certified 6U, win it all this year. Man, that's a hell of a claim. Hey, Cameron, are y'all looking to go national? I know ATL Elite usually go national, but remember, y'all had an ATL Elite. What was it? ATL Elite, not Thrashers, but it was a different ATL Elite. They didn't travel. So not every single ATL Elite, team actually travels for national ball. So I want to know if that's something that y'all looking to do. PA. I know you said different numbers, bruh, but it's the same. It's the same. He says, I didn't say that already. You misread it. He says, all good. Man, I ain't misread it. I stopped reading it. It said, okay. He said the same coaches that's going to do anything to win, cheating included. Hey, and that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Okay, he said y'all going national. All right, bet. Yep. Keep me posted. And I'm gonna need a lot of these schedules too, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It'd be a first come, first serve basis with me, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Whoever get to what it is that, they trying to get me to do far as coming to their games and all that. I go to the person that reached out first. He says the problem is most coaches write kids off before they take the time to teach them the game. And that's why, come on, boy. But that's why I be telling Fanatic, like, bro, don't take the pressure off of a lot of coaches, because I think the route that he's giving them is that, hey man, listen, you come to practice, I'm not really giving the kids my all, I'm not really coaching them up like that. When you go home, I expect the parents to be doing all of this work. And here's the thing. Here's the biggest part why I disagree with parents having to be the ones that make sure that these kids get developed. A lot of times, coaches have their own way of doing things. So if you specifically telling them to go outside of what it is that you're doing, they might be undoing everything that you said that they should be doing. Am I not right? Am I not right? Some of these coaches asking, bro, why are you doing that? But this is what the trainer is showing me. This is what, that I'm learning, as far as my development. My coach is telling me to get off, this way. But when I go to the trainer, they said, no, don't do it that way. I should get off this way. Now y'all at a conflict. Everybody don't teach the same. Unless you have a trainer that operates the way that you coach, you shouldn't be sending them to no damn trainers. Other than, just like techniques, but that still doesn't equate to what has to be done on the field. So coaches have to coach and develop these kids up. You feel what I'm saying? He says Ken got to understand some coaches that really coach. NPR is unconsciously already a part of their makeup. Yeah, I agree on that part. I definitely agree. You know what I'm saying? But we have to put everything in its proper perspective, because if we giving us, some of the tasks to the parents, and we telling the parents that they got to do specific things far as getting their kids recognized and getting their kids, develop and this and that and all that, you got to understand they're well within their right of talking mess on the field. You know what I'm saying? They're well within their right to talk mess on the field. If you're putting a responsibility on me to make sure all of these things getting done, then guess what? I got to make sure that my kid is in the most, the best position to succeed. And if I see that what you're doing is not doing that, then I'm going to go over on the field, and then I'm going to say what it is that I need to say. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to say whatever it is that I need to say. He says they should go to trainers, but at the same time, as a coach, he says I will pull up and watch the video clips to see if we have the same teaching. Okay, so you need a videographer, and you need to send them to training. The thing about it is, it ain't that many trainers. So if that person doesn't work out, it's not that many people that can possibly do what it is that you want them to do, unless you have a person that you want to send them to. You can't guarantee the outcome. And if you ain't got the time to take out the time to make sure that they're developing on your own, what the hell makes you have time to be able to watch what the damn kids are doing? Every other kid. If you got that much time, hell, you might as well make sure that you know that they're getting it done with you. See, either way, it doesn't make sense. He says 27 GA versus VA, ATL Elite, 6U, national game. He says we ain't running from no smoke. I listen, don't let that mean we not running from no smoke depending on what team. Because I'll bring you some smoke. I'll get you some smoke. See, some people say we ain't running from no smoke, but when we bring that smoke to them folks, boy, it's more excuses than a little bit, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's more excuses than the person that got caught cheating. He says parents have to play their part also. What part is that? I just mentioned the training. See, that's the thing. When parents come to you, y'all expect that parents should automatically know football. All the damn parents don't know football. All of the parents don't even know what they doing. So you mean to tell me that you saying that the parents need to do their part? Okay, you send them to a trainer. Trainer don't know what the hell he doing, right? It's not working, right? Y'all at odds or whatever. Y'all telling them to go to the trainer. They going, okay, getting there, just do it. It's not translating on the football field. And then on top of that, them folks going to a trainer and they still ain't getting on the damn field. Y'all gonna have problems when you could just be doing the work. Says, why did why did you ask Batman is the coach's job to develop the kids or the parents? I should have. Why didn't I ask him? I still ask him. To be honest, I get that information from you if you want me to. I definitely get it. He says training put kids ahead of the curve, but as a coach, you should be able to make what they learn translate to your system. That's a great point. That's a damn great point. He says, what's the VA team y'all playing? Hey, Cameron, what Virginia team y'all playing? Hey, I'ma definitely asking. But hey, yeah, but that's my time, man. Any other questions? He said for sure want to know thoughts on that. I started to, but I didn't want to. I'm gonna be honest. I started to ask him, but I don't want to be too cliche on our interviews, man. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to be too cliche asking everybody the exact same questions or whatever. You know, I just thought that, hey, man, bring him on, ask some questions, but let him cook. Because y'all know he's going to bring some valuable information. He said, should 7U coaches on the field rule be scrutinized? Or the fact that it's optional, should the coaches that chooses to use that option be on a national level or neither? I'm gonna be honest. 7U, what I seen from Sweet Feet, what I seen from the whole Supreme, what I seen from BCU, what I seen from SED, what I seen from all of these kids, hell nah. Being on the field should not be an option for coaches at all. It should not be an option for coaches, not even a little bit. I think that that's putting the kids behind. I definitely think that they should not be on the field. It shouldn't be an option. It definitely should be scrutinized. It shouldn't. What do you say? It should use that option for national level. I don't think that it should be allowed on national or local. I don't. It shouldn't be used because to me, that's almost like that's almost like putting somebody in position that's still capable. That's like delaying their progress, right? Is doing that at 7U, it coerces, it forces people to have to learn. We already, getting lazy with this stuff. No, I don't think it's Oh yeah. Cam, hey, Cam. I don't know if you're available today, brother. But if you do, I think Micah mixed up the days. I think Wednesday he got somebody on. So if you're available today, bro, you definitely welcome on. He said, "Hey, nah, it's I think Micah has somebody for Wednesday. That's why I was telling you because you had said Tuesday or Wednesday, and I didn't confirm the date. But Micah had somebody for Wednesday. We open today. We open today. And they did look, here's the other part. They didn't think that you was serious. I told them you was serious. He said, are you having any 6U matchups? We're going to. Well, not in this event. It was it just wasn't in the forecast. I mean, a lot of them reached out, but they weren't trying to play some of the folks. He said June 27 and 28, the massacre. He says, don't miss out. 12U loading. Says loading up. Says biggest 12U showcase all summer. For sure. Says Ken, it's time you had Cam Bowen on show. Says I got a lot of questions. Uh-oh. You put Cam on that hot seat. He said Richmond Junior Panthers. Okay, yeah. Yeah. The whole I think Rare Breed's supposed to be playing them. He said he could do it tonight for sure. All right, bet. We got Cam on tonight. Yeah, yes, sir. So hey man, we still gonna make a flyer for you, bro. Like what he says tonight, let's get it. All right, so bet, man. We got Cam on tonight, man. What a great way to end the show. So he says he really taking some good stuff. Hey, for sure, bro. See y'all later on tonight. We definitely got Cam in the building. So